not a good fastballer until you get a stress fracture.
Even when I started playing for England, it still wasn't a career really.
I always had that belief I was going to be a good cricketer.
Sort of had to make a decision between footy and cricket. They've got a girl playing, or girls can't play cricket. I'm like, I'll show you.
So let's start with, who was your cricketing hero growing up?
I'd probably say Freddie Flintoff. The 2005 Ashes was when I first remember sort of starting watching cricket. It was quite an iconic series, I guess. And I used to actually be a fast bowler when I was really young, so that's why I liked Freddie Flintoff. Yeah, wicket keeping came a little bit later down the line.
When did you discover that you had like a love for sport, not just cricket, but sport in general?
So I've got an older brother, and he was hoping for a younger brother, I think, to play in the back garden with, and obviously a younger sister did the exact same thing and played in the back garden like all the time with him. And so yeah, I guess like he was one of my sort of heroes as well. I wanted to just be like him, playing sort of on the left wing like he did, playing footy, and then he was a wicket keeper as well.
You were a former footballer, played for Wigan Athletic.
It was always more football than cricket, to be honest. I played at Liverpool for 8 years, and then at 17 sort of had to make a decision between footy and cricket.
Which for a lot of people obviously they'd assume as a luxury, but really difficult at the same time because you were so young.
Yeah, that was a huge challenge choosing sports, I think. I think growing up as such a huge Liverpool fan, almost like the pride of playing for the club I've grown up watching was huge, and I felt like I didn't want to let my dad down. He's a massive Liverpool fan as well. So yeah, I ended up leaving Liverpool and joining Wigan Athletic for a few seasons, which allowed me to do both for that little bit longer. And then yeah, when I turned professional cricket-wise, I then had to give football up, which was pretty tough, but I knew it was the right decision to leave and to go with cricket, because I think my ability sort of made that decision for me, but turned out to be brilliant in the end and everything's worked out well.
What did you like sort of pick up from playing a different sport and potentially bringing it over to your cricket career?
A lot of similarities, but also a lot of differences, and I used to love that. So like I used to love football being a bit of an escape from cricket and vice versa, and I guess the seasons were pretty ideal with that as well. So through the winter we'd play footy, through the summer we'd play cricket, so it did allow me to do both. Probably one of my biggest qualities in cricket is that I'm a team player, and I think that's probably because I've grown up playing team sports.
You also played with the legend Sarah Taylor as well. What was that like?
Pretty mega, to be honest. I was pretty young at the time when she played a season at Lancashire in the Kia Super League. Earliest memory of watching women's cricket was watching Charlotte Edwards and Sarah Taylor on the TV. Growing up wicket keeping, she was the one I watched and she was the one I wanted to be like. And yeah, to sort of like train with and learn from her at that age was just unbelievable. I was a little bit starstruck at the time, and then she's often talked about in my keeping sessions and comparing myself to the likes of her and Amy Jones, and she's gone on to be an unbelievable wicket keeping coach. She's coached at the Manchester Originals, so I've really enjoyed playing for Manchester and being able to have that opportunity.
Did you have a mentor or a coach, or just one stick in mind that you feel like really helps you hone your skills or like figure out the exact direction you were going in?
Paul Shaw was probably a huge influence on me and my career. He gave me my first professional contract at Thunder and worked with him for 3 years. He also made me Thunder captain as well, which was obviously like a huge deal and a bit of a leadership mentor from that point of view as well.
Do you look up to anyone outside of cricket and sport?
Massive Liverpool fan growing up, obviously watched them on the TV all the time and used to just love Steven Gerrard. I loved him as a leader and as a player. I loved like what he represented. He represented the city and that team for me, and I loved his sort of like loyalty to the club, and yeah, just everything about him really. He was definitely one of my like sort of role models and heroes.
What would you say are like the important mental attributes that a modern player actually does definitely require?
Resilience is up there, just dealing with the tough times, and even dealing with the highs can be difficult sometimes. It's like trying to stay as level as possible.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to aspiring athletes?
Sometimes you can get lost in sport, and you probably once started playing sport because you enjoy it, and if you can find a way to do that throughout sort of your journey, combined with obviously a bit of hard work and all the rest of the stuff, then I think you'd be in a pretty good place.